Yo, welcome back to the channel, guys. Oh man, we done pissed some people off, guys, with a couple of the past videos, man. They didn't like the whole situation with the guys going outside and going to the club and playing a Nazi song, guys. Here's the thing, here's where I stand, guys. I feel like we need to stop, because we agree with a few things somebody says, doesn't mean that we should support everything else that follows after that. Because here's what I feel like. I feel like this is a trap of maybe being a content creator. It kind of forces you to sell out in a way, right? Because you have to keep outputting. You have to keep outputting. And you always want to come up with different and new ideas and new things so that you keep your audience engaged. You keep the attention flowing, but somewhere along that line, you lose the core of what it was that you stood for, what you kind of believed in. And this kind of goes to, it's kind of similar to like selling your soul, basically. I think this is what people mean when they be like, you sold your soul. I think it's more of like you just kind of sold out. You kind of just lost. You kind of got lost in the whole content thing, in the whole output thing, that you don't even know where you are anymore. And I think that's what's happening with Andrew Tate right now. I feel like he's hungry. He wants to be back on top where he was, but and so he still kind of 1 foot in, 1 foot out of people who's also doing kind of crazy stuff. But besides the fact, it doesn't matter. The main thing is, we need to agree with, if we agree with something, let's agree with that specific worldview or point, and then let's keep on continuing to judge and criticize everything else that follows after that, and make sure that this is also something that we agree with. Let's not just say, okay, because, and I'm going to use his name for an example, but it's just an example, guys. Let's just say, for example, we agree with Donald Trump banning institutional buyers from buying single family homes, right? Let's just say we agree on that. Okay, let's agree with that point. But that doesn't mean let's go out and agree with the way he has ICE operating on the streets. Let's not agree with other things, or let's say we agree with Andrew Tate when he says, you want to go out and you want to build value as a man and stuff like that. Let's agree with that, but let's also still judge other things that he's saying on the same scale. You kind of understand what I mean? And not just accept his whole worldview or all his ideology as one and take it on to us and feel like, okay, no matter what, we have to support this guy because we believe in this one thing that he said. You know what I mean? I feel like a lot of us kind of fall into that trap. And I feel like a lot of content creators fall into the trap of, oh, I got to continue to do more, and you wind up getting lost. And because you can't keep repeating the same thing as a content creator, you got to make sure you're putting out different stuff, and you know what I mean? So I don't know. I just wanted to mention that really briefly before we jump into today's video. Today's video is just going to be a little different. We got some TikTokers on the internet complaining about,
I'm going to hold your hand.
Car payments. A day in the life of high car payments, guys. What do you guys pay monthly for your vehicles? Let me know.
Hand when I say this, a $700 a month car payment is not normal.
How much you put down?
$1,000.
How much is your payments?
$600.
And how long you finance? For life.
For life. Oh, hell.
Was getting that new car worth it? Honestly, if you had to take into account the car note, the insurance, the maintenance, the gas, and everything else that comes with it, are you satisfied with that car? Or do you wish you would have got something else? Or do you wish you would have kept your old car and just fixed it? I don't know. I'm just asking questions. This is a safe space. Hey,
Guys, when it comes down to the whole car payment thing, guys, I hate car payments. Let's just put it out there. Hold on, I gotta sneeze. Oh, bless me. Thank you. I hate car payments, guys. It's you know, it's one of those things that just kind of eat you alive, guys. But at the same time, you don't want to buy a shit bucket. And if you are going to pay anything for a car, you want to make sure you drive in a car. Like, guys, come on. Nobody wants to drive a fucking bucket, guys. Nobody wants to drive a bucket. I get it. No one wants to drive a bucket. So, you know, I'm very big on the cash car thing. I love the cash car idea. You know, if you don't got it, go out and get you a cash car. I'm all for that idea. But I do have some understanding for the people that go out and buy maybe a newer car or, you know, a newer used car and take on a monthly payment. You know, it's one, you don't want to deal with a bunch of repairs. And buying on the secondhand market, it could be sketchy, guys. It could be real deal sketchy. Like, we bought, for example, my sister spoke with me and she wanted me to help her get a car. We went out and we bought a car for her off of Facebook Marketplace. It was a cash car. We did a cash deal. We was following the right path, and I kind of feel like I let her down because she trusted me to help her get a car, and which we did. We got her a good car, a solid car. But these guys, the guys who sold us the car, they were scummy, right? They never sent her the title, so we got to go through a whole bunch of loops to get her a bonded title. And they also reset the miles on the odometer, guys. Now, the car still runs. It's still a solid car. It's still, you know, we had it checked out by a mechanic. It's still a good car. So we did wind up getting her a good car. But because we dealt with some sketchy people in the beginning, we got to go through a bunch of hoops. So that's one of the things that you kind of put yourself at risk when you're buying a cash car. You know, when you're trying to go that cash route. And then another thing is, getting a cash car, you got to stack up. You got to save up. And sometimes, you know, trying to save up, you know, $5 to $7 grand for a cash vehicle is not that easy. You know what I mean? That's months and months and months of going without a vehicle. And going without a vehicle is hard. You may have to borrow other people's car. You may have to take Ubers, which could just eat up all your money. The bus, you know what I mean? What if you ain't even got, you know, a transit system that's close to your house? You know what I mean? Like, it's just a lot. And sometimes getting a car payment, you know, maybe putting down 2 racks is getting a car payment is much easier for people to get on with that part of their life. Nobody wants to stay down for the whole year just to get a cash whip, and then 6 months later they got to replace the transmission. You know what I mean?
Hey, maybe you love your car and it's been a great experience. Nice and reliable, never have to worry about it. Let us know what you got. And the reason I bring this up is because I see this a lot these days. People either love their car, everything's all good, or they're struggling with their payment and they absolutely hate their car. Hell, I've been struggling with this every day. For the last year, I've been wanting a 2023 Honda Accord 2.0 T Sport. That's all I want. But I keep telling myself, no, I need to keep saving up some money. I got to keep saving up. I don't want no high-ass payment. And hell, I can go out and get one right now, today. But I got to be responsible. So let me know, with all things considered, obviously, different people make different amounts of money and they can afford different things. But
all right, yo, so my client, Robbie, just cashed out on the 2022 Hyundai Elantra. Robbie, how much you put down?
Yeah, see, you know, and I think these dealers are trolling when they do shit like this, guys. It's not a good look. But if it is real, guys, 10 grand down. If you're going to put 10 grand down, make sure you're not putting that down in no Honda Elantra, guys. You could have probably bought that cash, two extra thousand. You could have stayed down for extra 2,000 and probably bought that cash, guys. 10,000 down, $862 a month is outrageous. What do you guys think is a crazy car payment? You know, when I first got my Tesla was $710 a month. And at the time, I was prepared to spend $1,000 a month on my car when I bought it, guys. I was like, okay, when I was going through the whole process of financing and stuff like that, I was like, you know what, my budget is I'm gonna spend $1,000 on my car. That's the most I'm willing to spend on a car. So if they come back and say I gotta prove about it's $1,000 a month, that's the most I'm willing to spend. Looking back on it, guys, I am so glad I didn't do that. That is the dumbest thing you could ever do. Like that is insane for a car payment, guys. It's absolutely insane. But even $710 is insane, guys. You gotta have a healthy income and budget to make sure that works, guys. And you know, it's got sticky for me sometimes. You know, $710 is not a little bit of money, especially when you got to factor in insurance, which is the biggest problem. It wasn't necessarily the $710, guys. I was being honest. It's the insurance. The insurance, you gotta have insurance to drive the car, and the insurance it'll beat you up, guys. So make sure you check your insurance quotes and make sure. Ever since then, I've got I've refinanced. I got a lower payment. My payment is around $500 now. But insurance is still high. Insurance is still high, guys. So I think that's one of the things that catch people off guard is not only the payment. You know, some people think in their head, you know, I mean, I can probably afford $600 a month on the car, but then insurance comes in, and then they calculate gas and then other stuff, you know, and that's kind of where they get beat up at.
Today.
10,000.
10,000. What's your monthly payment?
862.
$862. How long you financing for?
Life.
Financing for life, y'all. Listen, if you guys are in the market for any Elantra or Sonata, make sure you guys hit my DM.
It was my boy.
You talking about for life, y'all. Listen, y'all want this deal.
Hey,
Let's
I'm
do
right.
it. Let's do it.
Watched a video of this lady talking about how this man said he turned in his car voluntarily because he could not keep up with his $1,100 car note. He was just over the payments. He couldn't do it. It was just getting to be too much. And I just got a question. Isn't voluntary repossession just as bad as you missing a couple of payments and they coming and picking it up themselves?
I believe so, guys. I believe so. I'm not sure. Is that true?
I think that's why financing anything is just that dangerous. And the lady in the video was basically saying, like, why are we continuing to go and get things that we, one, cannot afford, and that we, two, a lot of times don't need? I wouldn't say all the time, because I do feel like it gets to a point to where it is very hard to maneuver without them. I did not say it's impossible to move without them, but it is if you have ever been without a car, or if you have ever had a car and then didn't have a car, baby, I'm talking about, I done seen times where my cash car put me down and it had to sit in a shop, or it had to be worked on, and I had to Uber or get dropped off to and from work over the course of 3-4 days. And let me tell you something,
Guys,
the most difficult days of my life, though.
How much do I pay monthly?
guys, I'm gonna keep it real, guys. I've went a period where I didn't have a car, and I'm gonna be honest about this experience. It was kind of freeing. It's kind of freeing when you don't have anything. I kind of get the people who go like the minimalist route and they don't want to have a lot of stuff. I know when you want a car and you need a car, it's like, damn, you're not really thinking like this, guys. But if you are ever able to make money without a car, then I think you probably understand what I'm talking about. When you don't have a lot of stuff weighing you down or tying you down, it's kind of freeing, guys. You kind of feel kind of free. It's kind of something about it that makes you kind of free. But I want to touch on the thing that she said in that last clip. She was like, why are we going out and getting stuff that we cannot afford? I think a lot of people say this, but on the other end of that is, I think a lot of people don't really know what they can afford. They think they know what they can afford, but they don't really know. Here's where I'm going with this. I think when people are out shopping for something, let's say, for example, this guy's about to tell us how much he pays for this BMW. Let's just say, for example, this guy brings in $5,000 a month, right? And so far he's using his bills. His bills probably taking up $3,000 a month. Everything else in total, let's just say it costs him $3,000 a month. He still has $2,000 a month, which he uses mostly on eating out or Ubers or food or whatever. And then so he goes shopping for a car, and they come back and they say, hey, your car payment is $700. What he goes and he begins to think is, and what I think people begin to think is, okay, every month, do I have an extra $700, right? Or B, can I pull off earning an extra $700? You know what I mean? And if I can, then I can get it. You know what I mean? I think that's how most people will probably go about the situation. I just don't believe that people are going in when they're going, most people, guys, most people, when I say most, I just don't think most people are going into their budget and they're making sure they're following, you know, the 50-20-20 rule, whatever, 50-20-30 rule or whatever rule it is, and they're, you know, making sure that their monthly payments is half of their income and stuff like that. I just don't think most people are doing that. And honestly, guys, I don't think most people can do that, right? Most people don't earn enough money to only say 50% of their income is going to go to expenses. Think about that, guys. Most people don't earn that much money to say 50% of their income goes to expenses. Let's just say people earn like $3,000 a month, right? $3,000 a month. I think most normal people probably earn around $3,000 a month. 3 to 35, maybe some people earn 4 to 5, but let's just say $3,000 a month, right? Half of $3,000 is $1,500. Let's just say they walk away with $3,000. Half of $3,000 is $1,500, guys. $1,500. $1,500. If you even have your own place, that's going like this. You know what I mean? And so you're already digging into that other 15. So that budget just simply doesn't work for a lot of people. You know what I mean? Unfortunately.
For my 2025 BMW M3 Comp. So this car, after taxes and fees and an
I'm going to guess he's paying like $1,200 a month for that car.
additional $6,000 in warranties that I paid, came up to about $100,000. Now I have extremely good credit. I'm in the 800s, so I was able to get a really good deal on
that car's $100,000, guys. What's the big deal with everybody in the BMW M3s, like M4s, and I don't get the whole BMW craze, guys. I don't really like this car. Why is it such a big deal?
the interest rate. And after a really large down payment and setting myself up for the shortest yearly term so I can finish paying this car off as fast as possible.
Now that I know it's $100,000, I'm gonna say his payment is probably around $2,200 a month.
My car payment came down to $1,500 a month. Now I also have insurance, which is an additional $500 a month. In total, $2,000 a month just to keep the car. We're not even counting gas right now. Do you guys think that's justifiable?
Yeah. It depends. Are you bringing in fucking $20,000 a month? Then sure, do whatever you want. Are you bringing in $5,000 a month, $2,000 on the car? Absolutely not.
The reason why I'm sharing this information with you guys, because I don't want you guys to be like 17 thinking about getting your dream car. If you don't have the money for it, don't get it. You know what I'm saying? And to be honest with you, I just want to document my journey, how I'm going to get rid of it, right? So basically, boom, I financed this car. The vehicle in total was $39,000, right? But I was upside down $10,000, basically like $10,000. I traded my old Kia, and I didn't know, the dealership didn't tell me that the Kia's been in a lot of accidents. It hit a motorcycle, it hit a person. Like, they didn't tell me none of this shit when I got the Kia. I'm thinking like nothing's wrong with the Kia. It hasn't been in no car crashes. I asked him, he said no. So I'm thinking everything's okay, which was cap. Everything was not okay. But it is what it is. I financed it for 14. What is it called? It's called APR, something like that. 14%. I financed that for that, and my loan.
When I first got my car, when I first got my Tesla, I was actually financed at 10%, and I had a 726 credit score. At the time, I thought that was pretty good. I don't know, guys. I at the time, I just really didn't care. I really just wanted the car, guys. I was willing to just crash out by the car. I was making really good money. So, at 10%, but now that I think about it, I don't know if that's high. Is that high, guys? It's 10% high. I've been hearing a lot worse people with their interest rates, but now I've gotten mine down to a 7, and I don't know, guys. Is 7 still high? I don't know. I feel like it could be lower, but I'm at a 7% interest rate right now. It was at a 10.
It was $46,000, right, y'all? Almost 2 years later, the car is I still have $40,000 on the car. So basically, I've been paying for fucking what? I want to tell you guys, but I don't want to show you guys my VIN number. But like, deadass, y'all, like, this shit is crazy, y'all. It's crazy. Like, how do I show you guys without telling you guys too much? Look.
$973 for a Jeep, guys. Holy. But like I said, people don't really, they just think, can I either do I have that extra every month, or can I pull that off extra every month? You know what I mean? That's what I think. That's how most people go about buying for the car. They're not thinking, okay, if I pull this extra 900, will I be able to save and invest after still? No, I don't think people are thinking like that when they car shopping, bro. It's, do I like the car, and do I have the extra $975 a month and the extra maybe $200 for insurance? You know what I mean? Yes, or can I pull it off?
It's crazy. And it's like, this shit is just like, you know, me struggling right now. My mom doesn't know I'm struggling. My mom is struggling too. And it's just like, it's hard because like, I've been making the ends meet with DoorDash. If it wasn't for DoorDash, I wouldn't even be able to eat.
Shout out to DoorDash. Shout out to Uber. Shout out to Uber Eats. Shout out to Lyft. Shout out to Instacart. Shout out to all the gig apps. I know gig apps get a lot of flack. They, you know, people are like, oh, they don't pay enough. Oh, they don't pay enough. Guys, gig apps are clutch. They're clutch. They're clutch. They look down on people. I don't know why they're looked down on people. You could make a genuine full-time income on gig apps if you really apply yourself. Shout out to the gig apps, man. They allow people to wake up and get money on their own time, align their own schedule, and go out there and get active and make money without having to depend on somebody else and use their resources and put it to use, guys. You know, I don't get why gig apps get all the hate, man. I personally, I think sure they could pay more money, but I mean at the end of the day, it's just sign up and get to work. You know what I mean? How much you expect them to pay you? Literally anybody could do it. You know, if they put up a whole bunch of barriers for people to get in, then they could probably pay more, but then it wouldn't be as great because you wouldn't be able to just get on and get in. You know what I mean?
And it's like, this car is on my dad's name and it's on my name. So I don't want to fuck up my dad's credit. My dad's trying to get a house. He just got a house. He sold his house and now he wants to get another house. I don't want to mess up his car, like his credit, because my dad have a really good credit, like 700. This car is on my name, is my dad's name.
Do you drive and what's your car payment?
RX 500 hybrid. I think my payment is $945 or $955.
Oh man, just hearing these payments is nuts.
What do you drive and what's your car payment?
A 1982 Toyota Celica, $325.
That's a good.
Hold on, why the hell this nigga got a car payment on a 1982 Toyota Celica? You still got a car payment?
25.
That's a good payment. What do you drive and what's your car payment?
I'm driving a Dodge Scat Pack. My payment
Oh, the payment $1,000 on that Scat Pack. I guarantee you.
is $700 a month.
Oh, okay.
I also have a 2021 Toyota Corolla, and that payment is only $400 a month.
You got two cars?
Got you, go.
What do you drive and what's your car payment?
2014 Camaro SS, no car payment.
Oh, that's
Nice.
good. What do you drive and what's your car payment?
I drive a RAV4 and my payment is $400.
Ooh,
Nice.
that's good.
I think $400 is a decent payment, guys. I think that's a good payment.
What do you drive and what's your car payment?
I drive a BMW M340i and my car payment is $250.
That's the best.
$250. Hold on, for that BMW, y'all like $250 for that BMW, y'all like BMW M340i. You know, that's the shit y'all raving about. $250. I might have to go look into that.
That's the best one today.
Yo, I could not be getting behind these $700.
All right, guys, I think we pretty much get the whole point, man. Car payments, we want to limit them as much as possible. They can be one of those things that really tie us down and keep us stuck in a cycle. So we want to make sure that if we do have any extras, maybe let's throw it towards the car payment. If we do have one, try and knock that down as quick as possible. Remove our debt so that we can live free. Remember, guys, the goal is to be free of the debt and the bills that tie you down. You want to have as little bills as possible, as little responsibility to the people who run the finance system as possible, guys. That means if we can pay off our car early, let's try and do that. If we can avoid going into debt on the credit cards, let's go ahead and do that. I understand, you know, I'm a real person and I've fallen for these things too. So I understand, guys. I'm not going to sit up here and tell you, oh, don't use credit cards. Oh, don't get a car payment. Don't do any of these things. I understand, guys. Sometimes you just need a little extra cash. You know what I mean? The world ain't paying enough. You know what I mean? You just need some extra cash. Sometimes you may have to swipe that credit card. Sometimes you may want to build some credit so that you can get a nice car. Sometimes you may take out the loan on the car. And now that you're here, what can we do? Let's see if we can earn some extra money, throw some extra money towards them credit cards, get rid of them credit cards. And once we out of the hole, let's not use them irresponsibly. Let's make sure that we only using 10% or under 30% or whatever it is. Let's just try to stay under 10% per credit card. And then let's also make sure that we are throwing some extra money towards the car payment if we can, even if it's an extra $50, guys. Just throw it towards the principal so that we can try and knock this shit down and avoid paying this shit forever. And then once we got our car, now let's go into our next car. Let's try to save up and get our next car cash if we want to get another car after that. Let's not go into another loan, guys. Let's not go into another loan on another car. And, you know, anywhere we can, if we got some extra money, let's make sure we're saving and we're throwing towards debt and we trying to free ourselves up. Because the most important thing is we want to make sure that we have time to spend with our friends and our family and the people that we love and care about. And we don't really have to just depend on, oh, I got to go to work because I got to pay the bills, because if I don't pay the bills, then I'm going to lose this. And if I lose this, then I'm going to be this. And then if I, you know what I mean? You understand what I mean, guys. I appreciate you guys for pulling up and hanging out with me today. I know this video is a bit different. Let me know if you want to watch more videos like this with me. Make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We're on the road to 100 subs. Once we get to 100 subs, you know I'm giving back, baby. $50 giveaway at 100 subs. So make sure you share it with your family and friends. And we out.